change jalo jemba that Genoru Dine Genoru she did it Donayachi Uga Damio not the Kuaro Genoru Kayil Muria Amine Hala Mahabe about when Nanganaga me lady now Gabaya Genoru Yamagisa Mabalu Pia Bini de Sula General Chetu Shijabu Pipare. The general English look in our English you know, Marcia, came by the network. Today marks 59 Karen Mother's Day, and we are here to pay respect for those Karen martyrs who gave their lives for the justice, peace, and freedom for us. The topic of the Karen perspective in their experience of suffering under the Burmese military rules for over 60 years today. And it's a bit of history, background, and weaknesses in all political and national unity. The brief of the following, the root cause of the ethnic armed conflicts in Burma, which is also the current revolution, insurrections, resistance war, defenses due to the General lwin and his levy troops. This is a part of the basis root cause of the current revolution. Even though Sofa Uji was betrayed by the Karen, also ambushed by the Burmese military troops. It was on the 12th August 1950. Also, you all know that Karen Wanjat, Burmese Wanjat, which is our peaceful demand. It was 11 February 1948. Karen all over the country, more than 400,000 demand for their peace, justice, equality. The original Karen Wanjat, Burmese Wanjat, which is General Aung San's words, promised to the Karen considered Karen's demand for designating the Aori Delta as the Karen state. General Aung San was in Myitkyina, and he learned about the incident on his return. He immediately met with Karen leaders and they apologized for the crimes against Karen committed by the BIA. He also started Burman Karen friendship movement. And again, UNU and lwin. I will emphasize UNU and lwin, they are ultra-nationalists. So-called, they have extreme Burmanization. This ultra-nationalists, the plan was to provoke the Karen into insurrection and crush it with the military might within two or 3 years' time, they thought. But the Karen resistance is still alive and well after more than 60 years of struggle today. The prominent trait of the Burma ultra-nationalists is overestimation of their own military might and power and underestimation of the ethnic nationality. It is true characteristic of the SPDC today. The ethnic cleansing, genocidal war, Scottish policy, they were started since 1974 and 1976. That 1974-1976, the Burmese government, they adopted infamous focal system against the Karen ethnic insurgents. The historical background: West Germany built factory for producing G3 assault rifles, and also Italian Beretta submachine gun. Britain also gave commando training, and they introduced the infamous focus system, so-called focus strategy. And also US government also helped Burmese government with radar stations and the so-called anti-drug funding. The Burmese ultra-nationalist plan was to suppress all the movement of the ethnic nationalities for autonomy and making Burma into highly centralized unitary state. To make it short, SPDC military offenses, the recent joint military offenses by the SPDC in its allied Democratic Buddhist Army DKBA against Karen National Union and the Brigade 7 and Pa'an District, Karen State, has caused the flight of more than 4,000 to 5,000 Karen villagers into the Thailand. The villagers are from the so-called villages inside Dona Ranch, and the internally displaced person IDP came from Labuhel, situated in the Bora in the 7th Brigade area. The offensive was being led by Burmese Army, Battalion 81, in 201, 202, 203, 205, and 210, under the 22 Tactical Operation Command of the Light Infantry Division 22, Southeast Command 338 and 339, supported by the some 900 soldiers from the DKBA, their brigade 999, Troop 5, and Troop 3. The DKBA, armed with the 61, 81, and 82 mortar and .5 machine guns. The SPDC strongly denied its involvement in the current military campaign. Even though it is denying its involvement, it is clear that the current offenses the SPDC has using the DKBA current soldiers for close combat against the KNLA, while the Burmese troops remaining in the rear, and they provided artillery support for the offenses. The cause of flight. The initial cause of flight of the villagers was forced recruitment of the soldier conducted by the DKBA troop for the expansion of the DKBA from 3,000 to 900 men army, as required by the SPDC, plan to transform DKBA into so-called Border Guard Force, BGF. After DKBA agreed to become BGF in April-May, they started recruiting the soldier. Initial step for the plan. On April 18, 2009, SPDC Southeast Military Command had meeting with DKBA top leader, reaches an agreement which called for the DKBA to work with SPDC as BGF for the current state. The meeting of the DKBA leader on the May 7, 2009 decided to abide by results of the meeting between their top leader and SPDC Southeast Military Command. The forced conscription of the current villagers for military services and recent attack for the SPDC and DKBA combined forces against KNLA 7th Brigade are the initial steps. In implementation of the SPDC plan to transform the DKBA into SPDC stooges entirely. The situation of DKBA. DKBA is politically naive with very limited political and general knowledge. It broke away from the KNU on the SPDC propaganda that KNU was a Christian organization working for its own benefit only. Moreover, The DKBA leaders were misled by the SPDC promise that after fall of KNU Jange headquarters Manaplo, they will be installed as the government of the current state. The KNU headquarters fell 13 years ago in January 1995, but DKBA leaders are not approaching any likelihood of becoming government of current state. The DKBA leaders are encouraged and supported to do illegal business, importing stolen car, motorcycle, setting drug factory, trafficking, drug